Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. Got a battle on the El Loof map with Lionballs from One Air Clan in the E75 TS, Tier 8 German heavy tank. And he's platooned with Fury in the ELC even 90. This is not a great map for light tanks, but we're going to see how Lionballs plays the heavy area. Probably may have seen a skill video on this tank recently, just changing his opinion on the tank, so hopefully this will help you understand how this tank works. Effectively, it's got a early version of the Lerva turret on it, with E75 hull, but it is a Tier 8 rather than Tier 9, which is the E75 tech tree tank. So slightly different armour characteristics, but nonetheless it's very similar in behaviour, depending on the tier you're in. And in this particular match, however, he is bottom tier. It's a Tier 10 to Tier 8 game. There's 3 Tier 10s and 4 Tier 9s, so it's not your typical 3-5-7 match, but yeah, more Tier 8s than anything, but in any case, there's plenty of targets around. Now, Lionballs is loaded with a PCR, so make no mistake, it's going for the best penetration possible. So 282 pen, average damage 360, and a decent shell velocity of 1375. Now what he's trying to do here is just find a spot on this hill where he can use his gun depression and not expose his tank too much, and this light slope here is pretty important. Lets you catch tanks crossing, and also tanks that are exposing themselves a bit too much on the other side there. See where that Vipera is. If they come up over the top and try and shoot, you've got pretty much your lower hull protected, and just the turret front facing, and the E75 TS turret, again, very similar to the Lerva in terms of how it can block shots. It's been spotted, so they know it's here. Luckily there's no arty to interrupt the game, but he's just not getting any targets at the moment. But this is about being patient, waiting for these tanks to move into a position where you can shoot them. And here we go, looks like some tanks are going to cross, so he's getting his gun in place. 121B gets some nice side shots in there, gets reduced to 572 in a fairly short order. There's an IS-7 there, you can put a shot into him too, just coming out sideways, which obviously helps his position if they were side scraping, and would make it a lot more difficult. So they're just holding back at that corner now, which is one thing that's going to help his team a little bit. They are down 2 tanks, down about 2k in hit points, but again, early days yet. There's the IS-7 again, puts another punishing shot in there. So this is going to work out pretty well for Lionballs if it can keep this up. Doing damage to high tier tanks gives you some additional EXP. So hopefully it will help his position here. But ultimately it's the game result that matters, and what they're trying to do is win the game, of course. Now, he's only getting the targets that come to him in that sense, that they're pushing out or exposing themselves, and at some point he will need to make a decision to use his hit points and change his position. Alright, potentially there's an Iron Arnie going to come around the corner. No, he's backed off. Now it's interesting, there's a whole collection of tanks there. Now they know crossing is going to be a problem, but they're not really getting many things to shoot at. So it's only an Object 268V4, it's going to be a pretty tough target, and you can see there he's just himself lining up, side scraping, and got most of his health, we can see. So he's going to be pretty tough for these tanks to face. And there's an Iron Arnie. Puts a shot in, which looks like it hit the TNH, because the Iron Arnie pulled back and the TNH pushed forward just at about the wrong moment. but just caught an angle I think and bounced off. So again, just being patient. Just really just gone through the first third of the battle time, and they've evened out the score here. But what have they evened out? So 3 tier 9s lost on Lionballs team, 1 tier 10 and 1 tier 9, so it's sort of in a bit of favour of the enemy. Just all comes down to how you use your tanks, of course. So it comes up here, can put some shots into this T56. I know he's found an Iron Arnie and he's not going to have any problems getting rid of him, so there he goes. And you can put shots into the Skoda, or in fact this T54E1, who's also offering his side quite nicely, gets taken out. And he dodges a shot coming in there from possibly the FV4005, who we can't see. And there you go. Fury backs up, gets rid of the Skoda. So now it's decision point time. They've got a quick lead here. Now they can mop up this group here. He's still got all his hit points. He's already collected 2,000 hit points of damage. And there's the I7, who's probably going to be the more dangerous target, but you shoot at the targets you can get, or back of the turret, yes, and gets the kill. So great kill there. That's a tier 10, or is also going to help. And he gets a kill on the Iron Arnie too. So 3 kills now in fairly quick succession to Lionballs. And we've got a potential for crossfire. He's got to be careful, doesn't want to push out too far, but you can punish this Type 4H here. He'll probably get another shot in before he reloads. He should get a shot into the side. Just backing off, just make sure the turret can't touch him. Unfortunately, the E50M takes him out. So he doesn't get the kill there, but tracking on 3.5k of damage here. However, we've now got 3 quite dangerous TDs. It's the FV4005, a Borsig, and an SU-130PM. Unfortunately, the FV4005 takes out Fury, so it's the end of his game. And you can see the Borsig's just come up on the mini-map. He's got it up in the top corner. So Lionballs decides not to go across, in fact come around from below and try and get some shots into the FV. In fact, there he is. Oh, he's aiming straight at him. That's what you don't want to see. And he does take a hit, but luckily it doesn't penetrate, and he takes out 700 hit points. And he was full hit points before that. You should get another shot in, which he does. Oh, and there's the SU-130PM. Doesn't want to take a hit from him. Oh, luckily he bounces the incoming round there. So the armor's standing up there, or just poor aiming from the SU driver. And now he's got a problem here. Could get into potential crossfire. The FV obviously on a long reload. Looks like he'll be motoring away. And he takes a hit from the Borsig, who has taken advantage of his turret being turned, and takes him down to 1 shottable. So still the 3 TDs to get rid of. Borsig's actually lost some hit points. The SU's got the most there, and the FE, yes, we've seen, is 1 shottable. So now SU-130PM takes a hit, looks like from the Borsig from their own team, who's made it right across the map. Oh, there's the FE, gets another shot into him. Oh, it leaves him on 21 hit points. That's unfortunate. It's not quite a low roll actually, it was quite on the money, 362, right on his average. But now hopefully this VK can take a hit or 2. And hopefully the Borsig exposes himself. And yeah, that's likely the bush that he's going to be in, but no, it doesn't seem to do it. Or the SU-130PM trying to peek over the top there. Now the Borsig does appear, but just after he's fired, can he get a shot into the SU? Just can he feather a shot there? Just back up a little bit, SU. Yes, he should be able to. Yep, gets the kill. So 4 kills there, 2 Lionballs, and in fact the Borsig gets taken out. In fact, there is Artie in the game. I didn't notice. Where's the enemy one? Oh, it looks like there's only one on their side. Anyway, that's the game. Let's go and have a look at the results. Okay, so 4.8k of damage. Well, nearly 4.9, 4 kills, and another 308 of assisted damage there, so it might have been some tracking, or spotting actually. So just over 5.1k of combined. That's given him the high caliber award for the most damage in the game, and a Confederate award for damaging tanks that were then killed by his team, and the Ace Tanker Mastery badge. So let's see what sort of boost he would have got in his experience for that, being in a tier 10 game. So here we go, 1628 base experience, very nice level there. So at least 300 above the standard for Ace Tanker. And yeah, shooting, penetrating and killing tier 10 tanks or tanks that are 2 tiers above you gives you definitely a lot of extra EXP, as you can see. E50M tier 9, slightly under his damage there, and came in second place, and there's Fury down there in fifth or so with at 62, but still a decent game there. So anyway, this is about Lionball, so let's have a look at how it panned out there in terms of economics as well. So he ended up firing 19 shots, 17 of those hits, so good shooting there, 15 penetrations. He was firing all of his premium ammunition there, and had no boosters running, interesting, but still ended up making a decent profit of 67k. It was firing all APCR. Now, it really helps there, and let me just point this out, that if you look at the 19 shots fired, 15 out of the 19 actually gave him a real benefit. 17 hit, of course, but 2 of them bounced. But it's the shells that you fire, particularly premium ones, that give you an outcome, either a kill or damage, that actually end up giving you additional credits and EXP. So it's shells you waste that are going to waste, basically. Anyway, another great game there from Lionballs. Hope to see more from him. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing so. We'll have more great content to follow. Thanks very much for watching.